Hey gang, welcome to another franchise review. I'll be your host as always. I'm Eric Harrison, and today I thought we'd talk a little bit about everybody's favorite killer doll. That's right, the Child's Play franchise. Let's just get started. Number one.
Everyone has a birthday they'll always remember.
Can we open my presents now, Mommy? A good guy! I knew it! I'm Chucky.
He's something, isn't he?
This is Andy's.
Time for bed, Andy. Good night, baby.
Good night, Aunt Maggie. Good night, Chucky.
Everyone knows most accidents happen at home.
How did that happen?
This is no accident.
Child's Play came out in 1988, and it's worth noting right off the bat that all these Child's Play movies, from the first one all the way through to Seed of Chucky, was actually basically written and produced by the same guys. And that would be David Kirshner, acting as producer, and Don Mancini, who wrote every single Child's Play movie and also directed Seed of Chucky. There's a serial killer, I think it's in Chicago. He's being chased by a police officer or some kind of detective. He gets cornered in a toy store. He gets shot and mortally wounded, so he's dying, and he decides, in order to prevent himself from dying, he's going to use voodoo to transfer his soul into the nearest toy he finds, which just so happens to be a good guy doll.
And there's nothing innocent about Child's Play.
So basically my first experience with the movie was, I was too young at the time to go see it in theaters. I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. I was a little too young to be going seeing horror movies. But when it came out on VHS at the time, I spotted a standee at the local video store, and it was a standee. It was probably about this tall. I was like this. I was down here. So the standee was taller than me, and I was looking up at it, and it's Chucky holding a knife like this. I was just mesmerized. I was like, whoa, what is that? And it was called Child's Play. And I didn't know anything else about it, and just judging from the standee, the picture, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a boy or a doll. It was a little confusing to me. I was young. I didn't know better. If you're an 80s kid, then you know the good guy doll is basically a knockoff of My Buddy doll from the 80s. My Buddy and Me, you've seen those commercials.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. My buddy and me.
What I find interesting is that this guy knows voodoo, right? He knows magic. Like, he couldn't cast a protection spell or an invisibility spell and get away. He knows magic, but he still gets shot and transfers his soul to a doll. He can't heal himself? I mean, what the hell? Is that the only spell he knew? Anyway, I'm getting off track. So, it was a good movie, actually. They relied on suspense. They didn't just bring the doll right out in the open. They didn't just bring Chucky out, cracking wise right away and showing him kill people. They built up to it towards the end, which is the way a good movie should be structured. The original is actually a real good movie because they put in the time and the effort into the script, into the pacing, into the direction, and they really put a lot of effort into this doll. Think about it. It's basically a robotic puppet, and voiced by Brad Dourif, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, who does a great job. I can't imagine anyone else being Chucky. Let's not forget the puppeteers, the people that actually run the Chucky doll behind the scenes. They do a lot to bring this doll to life too. So the special effects team and Brad Dourif, you guys are awesome because you made an icon, And this was a time before CG, which is awesome. I'm so glad that this came before computer graphics. They're doing a remake as we speak, and I have no doubt that they'll probably use the puppet a little bit, but there's going to be some CG shots in there, and it's going to look out of place, and it's not going to look real or natural. Movies don't need to be overly saturated with computer graphics. Luckily for us, up till now, all the Child's Play movies have relied on practical effects. With the doll is real. It's a real thing. It's in front of the camera. That's great. Good movie, good script, good direction, good performances by everybody in the cast except for the little boy that plays Andy Barclay. And I'd have to say this is my one complaint about the movie, is that the main character, the little boy, his acting. But hey, he's a little kid, and he's like really little. He's like 5 in the movie or something. So you can't blame him. I can't beat him up too much about it. You know, your acting sucks, kid. He's just a little kid. You know, it's not going to be Oscar worthy. So his acting does kind of suck, and it's a little bit distracting. But other than that, it's actually a really solid movie. With all that said, I'd have to say I'd give the original Child's Play 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's pretty good, and you should check it out.